Hey loves, air signs, this is going to be a what's the vibe energy update, energy reading, current energies that are around you, coming towards you. This is going to be a short and sweet. So, take what resonates, leave the rest. Many of you that are watching this are on the spiritual path. You're way showers, your guides, you're in the process of becoming better versions of self, right? Aren't we all? So really learning to sharpen that sort of discernment and understanding through resonance and how messages make you feel, what works and what doesn't work for you. And that's going to overflow in your everyday life. And that's going to really allow you to tap in and open up to your heart space even more so. Even when you're speaking with people, you'll be able to discern more someone's energy, right? Whether you connect or there's some sort of a disconnect, whether this person is healthy for you or whether this person's energy is really heavy or, somewhat stagnant, or there's something off and you don't understand what, but they seem so charismatic and you can't understand why, but this person's energy feels off to you. Trust that. And that's why you're here on this channel, to learn to trust yourself, to understand that your gut always knows the way, never doubt it. What's that saying? The mind plays tricks, the heart can be broken, but the gut always knows, right? So with that being said, let's get going on these messages for air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Rising, and Venus. Okay, there you go. Beautiful. So we have astral travel, vital force, information, dream time, soul travel. So perhaps there's, you've been really pondering and asking certain questions, I feel, deep questions, and you are being visited and guided through your dream time, that you're astral traveling. Like, really pay attention to when you awake and write down your dreams. And sometimes for some of you, your dreams may be so feel real. They may be so visual, as if like you really experienced it. That's you astral traveling, like your soul experiencing this dream state, so to speak, that it is bringing in messages for you. That is also shamanism, a source, a way of shamanism, really receiving messages through dream state, connecting with the moon. And then we have white, source, divinity, enlightenment. As you're opening up to your divinity, source energy, really opening your crown chakra, your third eye chakra. Perhaps meditation on those certain chakras will be really beneficial for you now, air signs, right? And you are an air sign, and then it's just a matter of grounding in that intellect, grounding in that crown and third eye chakra that really governs your signs, of air, of flow. Let's see what the cards have to say. That's all I'm picking up on, those cards. Let's see what tarot has to say for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Divine source is with you and is leading you and guiding you. Trust the signs and the synchronicities that you're getting. There's see, we have vital force, information, source, divinity. I feel like your spirit guides, guardian angels, your helpful ancestors are really connecting with you, and they're trying to connect with you through your dream time. Pay attention to your dreams. There's someone that has had a very profound prophetic dream, and you were kind of maybe even telling, like, say one of your I'm getting mom, maybe, and then telling one of your family members or your mother, and they kind of laughed and shrugged it off. But write it down, pay attention, because it was some sort of prophetic message for you or for your loved ones. really connecting with the moon. Come the new moon, there's going to be some sort of information that comes in for you that's going to help propel you, awaken you. Some sort of awakening is going to be happening. Clarity is coming in for you. This is also, for me, this white is kind of coinciding with the Ace of Swords, right? That aha moment, that gift of divine clarity. Really tapping into your divinity, your sovereignty. Okay. So we have the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. Very grounded, very stable. Perhaps this information that is coming in, this guidance is needed around some sort of business, some entrepreneur, because the King of Pentacles is the entrepreneur, is, you know, very business savvy, very successful, financially healthy, financially stable, very grounded, very connected, is a very leadership role, putting down a painful cycle as well. Perhaps there's some sort of business venture that is becoming more burdensome than it is successful, or perhaps there are just, not even that, just maybe there's just certain burdens of painful cycles that are blocking you from moving into this divinity, this source energy, I don't want to say stopping you, but is keeping you from downloading this information through your dream time. What else do we have for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Rising, Venus? Okay, we have 3. Yeah, so there was some sort of cheat, lies. See, and I know the 5 of Swords, like, because this is recent past, current energy, and near future energy. So the 5 of Swords and the near future energy, it's not that it's there's going to be lies and deceit. The 5 of Swords, you know, this person has taken what they needed, and these people are walking away, and they're looking back like, okay, you know, one man's garbage is another man's gold, you know. So really looking back and learned through that painful cycle that you are putting to rest, that you are laying to rest. And perhaps you are, you know, like recently, or you are very successful, very grounded, very stable in your business, but there's some sort of painful cycle that needs to be released. And this is why that divine source, that clarity is coming in for you, that enlightenment on the situation is coming in for you. That's why you're looking back, taking what works for you. So it's really like you've learned the lessons, and the people that are walking away are the people that were involved, you know. Say like a third party situation, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in romance, it could be in business as well, saying, you know what, I'm taking what's good for me, and you can walk away from it. Because then we have the 9 of Wands, which is the wounded warrior. You have the battle wounds, the scars to prove it, right? But for me as a reader, it's the wise warrior, because you've learned from emotional intelligence, which I call experienced intelligence. Going through the experience gives you that knowledge, that understanding, like reading some sort of text will not be able to give you. Reading some sort of book will not be able to give you. You have gone through the experience. You're the wise warrior. You know what works, what doesn't work for you. You are taking what is yours. One man's gold, one man's garbage is another man's treasure. So you're taking what works for you and what doesn't. And even though, yeah, it was a painful cycle, you are going to really take a break and a pause. I feel like this is usually that stagnant energy, but this is you blocking your heart, blocking your sight as well, not being able to choose to see the situation for what it is, the lessons that are really there for you to learn, so you could grow, evolve into your divinity, into a higher state of enlightenment. And that's why this source divine energy is here to bring in this guidance for you, so you can simply just put down the barrier of protection that is around your heart and really take the blindfolders off, knowing that you needed to go through this cycle to learn what is good for you, what is right for you, taking what is yours, this and being selfish. You needed to be selfish. Moving forward, you need to be selfish, more selfish. And there's no shame in that. There's no guilt in that. It's necessary. Please clarify the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Wow, okay. So we have the Knight of Swords, air energy, there you are, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Seven of Cups. We have Gemini, there you are, the Magician. Virgo, the Hermit, the Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, that water energy. So there was some sort of choice that you had to move from. Now, with the Hermit and the Magician, I'm getting very powerful energy. You are in your divinity in one area in your life. Like you are serving your excuse me. You're serving your purpose. I don't know, it's strange to kind of explain this energy, because I feel like you had to make a quick choice, and the Seven of Cups is the choice, but that ghost is your spiritual self. It's your higher self. It is your spiritual being, and really choosing and moving away, like with the Five of Swords, and being selfish and choosing to move in your spiritual path, your spiritual purpose here. And you quickly had to make a decision and walk away, because you have really manifested and brought in this offer, this opportunity for this entrepreneur to open your own business or to have your own business. You have manifested this. And this is even manifesting, you know, this is like standing in your power, knowing that you have all the tools you need to move forward and choosing your spiritual path, choosing your spiritual journey, that mystical side of life. And you are coming in as the Magician, and you have learned some sort of understanding, because it was like between the the recent past and the current future. I mean, and the present now, excuse me. Bleh. I'm getting all tongue-tied. So you have learned some sort of knowledge, or you've come into your power, some sort of power, but you were moving into a more spiritually based relationship, love with self first. There's some sort of soulmate that's coming in for you that is going to be very spiritual. They're leaders, they're a way shower, there are guides. And you have recently just learned your powers, some sort of manifestation skill. Please clarify the Ten of Swords, Five of Swords, Nine of Wands, and Two of Swords. The Five of Cups. So there was some regret, some sorrow looking back on this painful cycle. But you had to learn healthy selfishness. You had to learn how to be, I feel like you had to learn how to be selfish and do what's best for you. And you had come into your power and stepped into your power, choosing your spiritual path, knowing that you are this light, this way shower for others. And now there is some sort of quick action, some quick movement. And a soulmate is coming in for you. Now, a soulmate usually with the Nine of Cups, this card is in traditional meanings. This card is really understanding yourself more, understanding your power, understanding your purpose, understanding that you are a spiritual path, a way shower, a leader, a guide, the magician, and using your gifts for the greater good. And there's some sort of regret that you're in of a painful cycle, but you really, one of the lessons that you needed to learn was how to take what's good and healthy for you, and it's selfishness. You needed to learn how to be selfish. Does that make sense? And selfish is not necessarily always a bad thing. You just needed to learn to do what's right for you. What is the outcome for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius? Because you were always over giving, I feel. The outcome, there we go. This is a past life path. This is something from childhood that you have been dealing with as well, that you needed to put down, and you needed to have the strength, the courage to persevere, to move forward. Leo energy. Really stepping into your power. You have learned your power. You have discovered your power and really learned to love yourself, nurture yourself, understand yourself more. And you have quickly decided in the recent past to move on this spiritual path, this spiritual journey, but you are having some sort of regret because there is some sort of painful cycle that you needed to leave behind. And you did not want to see it for what it was, and you weren't willing to see it for what it was, and you were just blocking it out, but you needed to do the work. But because you were the wounded warrior, you had some sort of pause, stalemate, stagnation around really doing what's best for you and taking what's best for you. Because this path, this opportunity, this healing is something that needed to be done. It is past life karma. I'm going to leave it there. I went over for the air signs. I wanted to leave these as a short and sweet message. So air signs, with that being said, I pray that you have gotten some sort of guidance and clarity on how to persevere. And I am wishing you good health, peace, and above all, self-love. Stay well.